Hey everybody, welcome back to another review. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And here it is. It's the new fragrance by Jean-Paul Gaultier. I know a lot of people have been talking about this one online, on Facebook, so on and so forth, Fragrantica even. And this one is the 2017 release. It's called Le Male Eau Fraiche, and this is the Superman version. So definitely make sure to stay tuned. Now this fragrance was released in 2017, but the formula itself was composed in 2016. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. The perfumer for this one is Natalia Graziacchetto. This fragrance is classified as an aromatic fougere, and I know we have these limited edition versions that come out from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier. I know every year they come out with a new version, you smell it in stores, and a lot of people think that it's going to smell different from the original Le Male, and actually it ends up smelling exactly the same. I had a situation at my local store where the sales associate thought it smelled the same. It ended up smelling different, but I do have to give a very special thank you to Gregory over at my local Macy's for definitely shooting me a text the moment this came off the truck, so thank you very much for doing that. Now, we'll go ahead and talk about the smell in a little bit, but let's start things off by taking a look at the presentation. So I figure I'd show you guys this. This is what the test strip looks like at Macy's. I think that's pretty cool. Has Le Male Eau Fraiche written on the back. And then here's the cylindrical tin. Just has a graphic of Superman on the front. Nothing going on at the top. And then here's the bottle. Same graphic, but it is clear on the bottom, so you can tell how much juice you have left if you turn it upside down. You have the sticker at the bottom with your information. I bought mine at Macy's. And then it has a stopper here on the top. You pull it off. Great atomizer on this one. I also wanted to show you that it does say Gaultier on the back. And that was the presentation for Le Male Eau Fraiche. Now, as soon as you spray this on, you're going to get this mix of sweet, minty, and woodsy, and with almost like a hint of cotton in there. I know that sounds really weird, but for me, when it opens up, you're definitely going to get that sweetness full blast. I know the two notes listed are vanilla and tonka bean. Both are great smells. Vanilla is said to be an aphrodisiac, but take that with a grain of salt. I think it opens up very nice. I love sweet smells. I'm personally a fan of gourmand fragrances, which are the sweet fragrances, and this one definitely does do it justice. Now, it's not overly sweet. It's not tooth-decayingly sweet, as it were. It's not like a cotton candy or like a spun sugar sort of a scent. I know we have a lot of those from like Bath & Body Works, and definitely others from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier. I know Ultramal is very, very sweet, but that one was done by Francis Kurkdjian, totally different perfumer. This one actually, it opens up with that sweetness, but it's compounded with a minty note. So it's like minty, it's sweet at the same time. I can't really tell what kind of mint is in here, if it's like spearmint or peppermint. It just has this bright sort of nasal cavity opening mint note. And it also has in the background something that I would equate to the smell of cotton. Now, it's not strong enough that it smells like a fabric softener or like laundry detergent or anything like, or like freshly laundered clothes. But it has like a clean smell to it, and I think it works really well in the favor of this scent. Now, if you're a fan of the original Le Male, I don't highly recommend you purchase this one because it doesn't smell like the original Le Male, despite the fact that it contains a lot of similar notes, like the mint and the vanilla. It doesn't have lavender in here, but believe it or not, it is classified as a fougere. It's a little bit weird, but this one actually smells exactly the same as last year's limited edition version, which was this one right here, Le Male Popeye Eau Fraiche. So if you've tried that one, or if you own that one, this one smells exactly the same. Listen guys, I know a lot of people online who have been going crazy trying to buy backup bottles of this one. You don't need to. This one smells exactly the same. So what I'm given to understand is that one did really, really well. So they said, you know what, let's release it again this year, but maybe we'll target the demographic of people who love Superman, who cater to that, you know, the sort of like comic book. We've seen a lot of that, right? I don't need to talk about that. So I think you can all be calm now, and I think even next year they'll probably release a different version of it, and I think the women's counterpart is Wonder Woman. Anyways, I think it's a great smell. I'm excited to talk to you guys about my rating. If I think that anything has changed, if my personal feelings towards this scent have changed after wearing it for nearly a year or so. But let's finish things off by taking a look at my rating. So with the uniqueness and the overall smell, it's not too unique of a scent. especially because it smells exactly the same as this one. It's just sort of like a limited edition version, but I think the overall smell is incredibly pleasant. It is unique in the sense that it has a sweet nuance and it's minty, and usually when you think of sweet scents, you think of like Invictus by Paco Rabanne, you think of Le Male by Jean Paul Gaultier, the original, and this one does smell different. So in that case, yes, it is a little bit unique, but it's not earth-shatteringly different. Longevity on this one was pretty good, 4 to 6 hours. It is an eau de toilette, so it fits within that range. Projection on this one is going to jump up off your skin for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I actually said the same exact thing in my review of this one. So let that be known that I don't think this one performs any better or worse. I think it performs exactly the same. This is after a few days of testing it. Of course, versatility on this one I think is great. I do think it's going to work much better in the hotter weather. I can see this one being unisex at the same time too. In terms of social scenarios, I think this one would do really well for casual scenarios, not so much for upscale scenarios. And presentation on this one I think is really cool. Some might find it tacky, but you know, this is sort of what we've come to expect from the brand. I don't think it's tacky at all. I think it's actually pretty cool. I know last year I gave Popeye a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm actually going to need to give this one, and this is just a personal rating, and this is where there is so much subjectivity infused in ratings. I'm going to have to give this one a 4 out of 5. Even though it's exactly the same smell, I'm not, the reason why I give it 1 more star is because I've spent a year with it. I've commemorated some great occasions with it. I've wore it to vacations. Every time I smell it, it just puts me in a happy mood. And this is why scent is so personal. You take a fragrance, and the more you wear it, the more you grow, it grows on you, I should say, the more you come around to loving it and really appreciating it for what it is. But from an objective standpoint, all right, I would give it a 3 out of 5. But because this has really grown on me, it's become one of my favorites. And every time I smell it, it reminds me of happier occasions in my life. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let it be put to rest. This fragrance smells exactly the same as its predecessor. If you own or have tried any of the two, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos, and remember to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. I smell well, so you can smell good. We'll see you all in the next episode. Take care.